going on YouTube? It's Vibez here with Social Anxiety Gaming. Today we're going to be bringing you a 2v2. This is actually a GB game. A video that we've kind of been wanting to get out, especially since we just started our YouTube page. I think this is the first video we've actually recorded fully since we've all actually started as a team. And so, I mean, it's just something we're really wanting to start our page off with. I'm in here with TooSneaky, one of my teammates. And the first thing we're going to do is kick it over to him and let him start telling you all a little bit about his gameplay and about his style that he likes.
I'm online.
Yeah, okay, well my game style is a little bit unique and it's going to take some explaining. Okay, what I call it, if I was going to title it, is hashtag don't go for retard. And basically, what you do is you play really weird and awkward one round, and then you play like smart the next round, and you can just alternate however many times you want to between like all the S&D rounds.
Basically, just telling everybody try to flip it up, and I mean just make yourself unpredictable.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to play smart all the time, because sometimes even playing smart can get predictable, you know. So you gotta throw in some weird stuff sometimes.
Yeah, because you get to the point, I mean, especially as much as everybody plays these maps with league play, I mean, there's people go to the same spots no matter who you're playing. I mean, you could be playing a completely different team, but everybody has the same.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I guess the next thing we want to talk about is, what's your preferred gun setups? What's your go-to gun? And then what would be your second to go to?
Well, my primary gun would probably be an AN-94 with FMJ, red dot, and stock. And my secondary gun would either be the MSMC like I'm using now with quick draw and long barrel. Wait, let me just say this real quick. This right here is a perfect example of the don't go for retard thing. Nobody lays there, you know?
Yeah, that's something you very rarely see, if at all.
Yep. Okay, well, anyways, back to the guns. Use AN-94, red dot, FMJ and stock. And second weapon would be, which is usually what I rush with, is an MSMC with long barrel and quick draw, or an MP7 with laser and long barrel, because MP7's fire rate is ridiculous. So when you use a laser sight,
This gets crazy because that gun, I mean, I love that gun too. It's actually one of my go-to guns. I actually use it, and then I have a secondary with overkill. I got the DSR. Right here you see I'm actually using the MP7 right now, and just the closeness and effectiveness of that gun, especially with the mag size on it without having extended clip or anything, it's just a really good gun in my opinion. Like I said, that was my go-to setup, was those two guns right there. As far as attachments go on them, my MP7, you can see I got quick draw FMJ on it. And then I really just like using
We got the bomb.
those two things. Well, not even necessarily now. I guess I don't really use quick draw as much. I've kind of gone to foregrip, especially in AR situations, just because it's going to be that much more steady of a. What I'm looking for. It's going to be that more steady when you're shooting it instead of bouncing.
yeah, not as much recoil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing about that too is quick draw is good if you're really rushing on an SMG, but when you're using most of the time an S&D, for example, you're going to be scoped in anyways, you know.
Yeah.
So there's really no point in having quick draw unless you necessarily rush a lot.
Yeah, unless you're just holding down the sprint button. I mean, it's not really going to be as effective. So that was my first setup. My second setup, with playing S&D as much as we have been, I've kind of developed the role of hanging back. We got Essence on our team. He tends to rush quite a bit too, and so I've kind of developed the role of just hanging back to try to, I guess, stop a flank. And in that case, I'm going to be running an AN or a M8. You know, like my personal preference, I like the MMS scope, not necessarily because of being able to see through walls and stuff. I just actually like the sight itself on a gun. I guess for our last topic, let's go ahead and run through your favorite maps per mode. Like, what's your favorite map for S&D?
Favorite map for S&D would be Raid because it's really, really simple. Like, there's only, like, I think 3 routes you can go, like, from when you're on attacking side. And, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, there's only, like, the few routes that you can actually run on that map. So, I mean, it's a really good map for us.
Yeah, and then, my favorite hardpoint map would have to be Slums because it's kind of close range, like intense, and I like games that's like intense. And then favorite CTF map would probably be Standoff, just because it's kind of even. Like it's one of the more even maps.
Yeah.
Like there's not one good side and one bad side. I mean, there kind of is, but it's not really enough to change the game, you know?
Yeah.
Get ready for the
I guess as far as mine would go, search would definitely be this map, Meltdown. It's just, with playing the hang back roll, I'm really starting to like this map. Hardpoint would probably be Raid, just because of the setup, being able to pinch off certain routes to the hardpoints.
eliminate the objective. We got the bomb.
The different cutoff points for that map. This is actually going to be the last round for this game. We'll go ahead and throw out the Twitters real quick. As far as our squad goes, it's going to be at for SA. My personal one is at Vibez with a Z_SA. And if you want to throw yours out,
Mine is TooSneaky_SA, just like my gamer tag.
Alright, well there you have it. We got a 6-1, right? And
yeah.
Both of them guys just quit out, so that is a victory. That's all we got for today, though, so we'll see y'all later.
Peace.